Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how I made my special goat meat fried rice. As you can see, I have some chopped goat meat in my pots and I'm adding some seasoning cubes to it. I also add some seasoning powder that adds some nice taste and flavor to my goat meat. Then some nutmeg. This is optional, but I like to add this for flavor and taste. I also use little curry powder, some thyme. I love thyme in my meal, and some salt. I go ahead to loosen this with water and then mix properly so that the flavors can seep in. Once I see that everything is okay, I cover my pot and allow to boil. While the meat is boiling, it's time to chop some carrots. If you use carrots in your meal regularly, you will know that there are different types of carrots. There are some that are very tasty and there are others that are not. You want to get the ones that are very tasty, as it will help enhance the taste of your meal. So while purchasing your carrots, do ask the seller for the sweet ones. What I'm using for this meal is the very sweet ones, and I like to chop them in tiny bits like this so I could get nice size, shape and look. I finished cutting my carrots and I placed them in a bowl ready for them to be used for my meal. Now it's time to cut my green beans, and just like the carrots, I've already washed and prepped them. I chop them into tiny pieces as well and get them ready for my meal. At this point, I've gone back to check on my goat meat and I'm adding shrimp to it. Surprised? Yeah, I'll be making use of shrimp in this fried rice. And this one is frozen, so I'm boiling it directly to unfreeze it. As I wait for my goat meat and shrimp to get ready, I take the time to prepare my green pepper. It's important to take out the head and the seeds inside the green pepper before you slice them. And of course, you have to wash them thoroughly. As per usual, I slice them into tiny bits because I need them to look good in my fried rice. I'll also be making use of some spring onions. And guys, let me tell you something. I don't usually like onion on my meal, but I enjoy using spring onions. So I wash and slice them into tiny bits like this. It is important to wash your vegetables, especially your spring onion, very well, as there could be sand and other insects living inside it. After slicing, I place my onion in a plate, ready to be used. Another special ingredient I'll be using in my fried rice is some sausages. One beautiful thing about sausages is that they are conformable and can be used for most meals. They can either be boiled or fried, and in this case, I'll be frying them. And since I'm not making use of liver, I chop them into little pieces like this, ready to be used in place of liver. After slicing, I check on my meat one more time and I see that it's ready, so I turn off the gas. I also blend some pepper and onion, which I'll be using for the fried rice. Now it's time to cook my rice, so I put some washed rice in a pot, add some water and leave to boil. After about 10 minutes, I check on the rice and I take it out to wash. Now it's time to fry my goat meat, so I put some oil on the fire, and when it's hot, I add my goat meat. I also add the shrimp to be fried with the goat meat as well. When the meat turns golden brown, I take it out. Now it's time to fry the sausages. When they are slightly brown as well, you take them out. I'm about to fry the veggies, so I put fresh oil on the pan. Then I add my spring onion to the hot oil and fry. Then my chopped green beans goes in and I fry some more. At this point, I add my carrots, and as you can see, it already looks good. Then lastly, I add my green pepper and continue stir frying. While frying, make sure the heat is not too hot or too low, so that your veggies don't get burnt or soggy. I'm adding some seasoning powder to my veggies because I want the veggies to have good taste on its own. I'm done with frying, so I place a fresh pot, add some oil as I'm about to fry my rice. I add my blended pepper and onions to the hot oil and I fry for a while. I'm using this much pepper because I like heat in my fried rice, but you can skip it if you don't. I'm also adding some seasoning cubes and some seasoning powder to the pepper mix to give it some taste. Now it's time to add my rice, and as I've already washed them, I place them in the pot gently like this. Then I stir everything together to fry. After frying for a while, I go ahead and add my meat stock. You can continue the frying process for about 20 minutes and then you can add some water. You need enough water to cook the rice, so put as much as needed, but make sure you don't put too much as it will overcook the rice. At this point, I add my fried rice seasoning because I need the flavor as well as the color to look like a fried rice. Then I add some seasoning cubes for taste, some seasoning powder, as well as some salt. Then I stir properly to make sure everything mixes well. When I'm done, I cover my pot and leave to boil. Few minutes later, my rice is ready, so I stir it some more and then add the veggies. Once the rice is ready, I stir fry the rice with the veggies in order to get a good fried rice mix. Then I add my fried sausages and give it a good mix. Finally, I add my fried goat meat and shrimps, and let me tell you, the aroma from this meal at this point is nose blinding. At this point, my special goat meat fried rice is ready, and believe me, the taste was worth the process. Enjoy the beauty of this rice and see you in my next video. Bye!